In 1994, Mauro Prosperi cut his wrists inside a stone shrine in the Sahara. He was not trying to make a dramatic exit. He thought death had already won. He wanted his body found. A missing man can leave a family trapped in paperwork. A body makes death official. A death certificate can turn absence into a pension. Prosperi had a wife. He had children. He was a police officer, an Olympic athlete. And he was completely, utterly alone. He had entered the Marathon des Sables, one of the hardest foot races on earth. Days of running across Morocco, carrying food, water, gear, and whatever judgment you still have left after the desert starts working on you. For the first part of the race, he was doing well. Then the storm arrived. The sandstorm did not give him a warning. One moment there was a route, markers, tracks, other runners somewhere ahead or behind. Then the air turned yellow. He kept moving because runners are trained to keep moving. That instinct almost killed him. The storm flipped his bearings. When it passed, he was no longer moving along the course. He was running away from it, toward Algeria, away from rescue. The silence after the storm was worse than the storm itself. No flags, no footprints he could trust, no voices, just heat beginning its climb. This is where most survival stories become noise, panic, luck, a miracle. Prosperi started doing math. How much water, how much shade, how much movement his body could afford. How long urine would stay drinkable before dehydration made it useless. He found an abandoned shrine and used it as shelter. He rationed. He drank his own urine while he still could. He caught bats and used what their bodies could give him. None of that sounds heroic while it is happening. It sounds like inventory. Water, shade, blood, time. At one point, a helicopter passed overhead. He ran out and waved. It kept going. Later, a plane passed too. Same result. That is when the desert changed shape. Before that, he was waiting for rescue. After that, he was preparing his family for death. He wrote a farewell note with charcoal. Then he cut his wrists and lay down in the shade. But dehydration had already thickened his blood. The cuts did not do what he expected. He woke up the next morning alive, confused, furious, still in the Sahara. So he walked. On the 9th day, nomads found him. His body had been dragged to the edge and left there. His organs were damaged. He had lost a dangerous amount of weight, but he lived. Years later, he went back to the race. That sounds insane until you understand what the desert had become to him. It was not only the place that almost killed him. It was the place where every decision became honest. Christmas Eve, 1971. Juliane Koepcke is 17 years old, flying over Peru with her mother. She had graduated from high school the day before. The flight was supposed to last about an hour. Then, lightning struck the plane. The aircraft broke apart at 21,000 feet. Juliane fell into the Amazon, still strapped to her row of seats. There were 92 people on board. She was the only one who walked out of the forest alive. That sentence hides 11 days. The fall did not end the story. The jungle began it. She woke under the canopy with a broken collarbone, a torn knee ligament, a deep cut in her arm, one eye swollen, and no idea where her mother was. Somewhere nearby there was wreckage. Somewhere nearby there were bodies. There was also rain, heat, insects, and a forest that can erase a person in hours. Juliane had one advantage. Her parents were zoologists. She had grown up around field stations. Her father had taught her things that sound small until the plane is gone. Follow water downstream. Running water eventually meets people. Do not eat what you cannot identify. Do not waste movement. So she found a creek. She followed it. Day after day, sometimes walking, sometimes wading, sometimes moving through water because the bank was too thick to pass. She lived on candy from the wreckage. She saw search planes, but the canopy kept her hidden. The wound in her arm filled with larvae. She knew enough not to spend her last strength on panic. Later, at a lumber camp, gasoline was used to force the larvae out of the wound. She survived that too. 3 local men found her, then a canoe, then a hospital. Then came the part survival stories usually skip. She helped searchers locate the crash. Her mother had survived the fall too. For a while. Her mother died waiting for rescue. That is the sentence that changes the story. Juliane did not survive because the crash was gentle. Other people survived the impact. She survived because she knew how to leave. She became a mammalogist. She specialized in bats. A girl who fell out of the sky spent her life studying creatures that move through darkness by sensing what cannot be seen. Ada Blackjack was not supposed to be the survivor. Nome, Alaska, 1921. Ada was 23 years old, Inupiat, poor, and trying to save her son. Her husband had left. Her boy, Billy, was sick with tuberculosis. Treatment cost money she did not have. An Arctic expedition was recruiting for Wrangel Island, a remote piece of land north of Siberia. The plan sounded bold in the way bad plans often do. 5 people would live there for a year and prove the island could be occupied. Ada was not hired as an explorer. She was hired because she could sew. Survival clothing matters in the Arctic. A bad seam is not a flaw. It is a way for cold to enter and stay. She boarded the ship with 4 young men and a cat named Victoria. The ship left them on Wrangel Island and sailed away. The relief ship was supposed to come the next year. It did not. By the second winter, the expedition was breaking apart. 3 of the men left across the ice to find help. They were never seen again. The 4th man, Lorne Knight, was dying of scurvy. Ada stayed with him. She cooked, she nursed him. She carried his fear and anger because there was nobody else in the world close enough to receive it. He died in June 1923. Then there was Ada, and Victoria the cat, and the island. No prior Arctic expedition training, no rescue on the horizon, no audience, no speech. She taught herself what the island demanded. She trapped foxes, she handled a rifle, she kept a camp alive. She wrote in a journal. She waded through weather that would have killed a stronger person who lacked her patience. When the relief ship finally came in August 1923, Ada walked out wearing a reindeer parka she had sewn herself. Thin, changed, alive. The newspapers called her the female Robinson Crusoe. That was easier than saying what she was. A mother who had gone to the Arctic for money and came back with a story other people would sell. She was paid less than promised. She did not get rich from the expedition books. Her son lived. That part mattered most to her. These stories are usually filed under miracle. That word is too easy. Prosperi survived because he understood his body well enough to make ugly decisions before panic made them for him. Juliane survived because her father had filled her childhood with knowledge that seemed ordinary until the sky opened. Ada survived because she could learn under pressure without waiting for someone else to name the lesson. None of them describe survival like a movie scene. Their stories sound like logs. Water left, wound worse, weather bad, move anyway. The real question is not whether you would be brave. Everybody likes to think they would be brave. The question is what you would know. If the desert took the route away, if the jungle swallowed the wreckage, if the Arctic ship never came back, what would already be inside you that could keep you alive? Most people do not like their answer.